Yo, Prince one of them ones, I'm in the mix. Talking hoops, dropping gems, let's fix. Women's ball, we elevate, bring it to the mainstream. Key coming with facts, we a dream team. Break down plays, ain't no cliches. From the court to the screen, every detail display. Got the WNBA shining bright. Click the like button if you feeling it right. Excuse the takeover, taking charge. Women's game front and center, living large. Hit that subscribe, stay tuned to the ride. We bringing the heat, never gonna hide. From sky hooks to swishes, we capture the wishes of ballers making waves in the biggest of dishes. Prince one and Key got the knowledge artillery, dropping truth bombs effectively, brilliantly. Excuse the takeover, taking charge. Women's game front and center, living large. Hit that subscribe, stay tuned to the ride. We bringing the heat, never gonna hide. Analyzing chat, every stat interact, breaking barriers. No cap, that's a fact. Leave a comment below, watch the growth unfold. Together we gon' make this story be told.
Welcome back. Come on in. It's already 29 people watching, so y'all getting it. It's getting through y'all heads that you gotta be here, show up. You know what I'm saying? Be on time because you don't want to miss what we have to say.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all understanding, okay? So you already know. Welcome to Excuse the Takeover, where me and Prince will be giving our takes on the latest and greatest in women's basketball. It's WBB Universe, where you know I'm gonna hit you with the key facts, and you already know Zoe Media here to break it down for you. He one of them ones. You already know. So look, it's 39 people in here. I'm gonna give y'all till 6:05 to get a couple more people in here. But hey, I can tell. Shout out to y'all because y'all getting it. The first few will be like 5 people. You know what I mean? All of that. Now, it's 41 automatic. It's only 3 minutes in. Automatic. Yeah. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for coming through every week. You feel me? We appreciate it per usual. We know y'all are loving it and we're going to keep it going. But listen, there has been so much going on in basketball. They have like 5-6 games a day in college going on. You're trying to keep up or rewatch. A lot going on in Unrivaled, and that's also spilling over to the WNBA. So we got some great topics to get into today. Some juicy topics, some maybe new rivalries, some college things to get into for some big wins, and some big losses. You know what I'm saying? And I know y'all are itching to talk about it. I know y'all are. So you know what? We're gonna get into it. But Prince, how you feeling today?
Hey, I'm feeling good. Hey, this was one of the best women's college weekends probably in the last 3 months. I know, I think end of November we had some amazing matchups, but like these championship games were amazing. Shout out to all these young ladies, especially the ones who stamped their names, the ones who are solidifying themselves in the draft, in the lottery, among the teams. They had a lot of WNBA GMs and scouts in attendance for these championship games. Some of these ladies proved themselves, man. So shout out to the ladies, man. Shout out to the ladies for holding it down. Their ratings this weekend, before we get into it, I pulled the numbers. They had a 15% increase year over year, and they were 11.7% higher than the men's. So shout out to the ladies for holding it down in the sports world this weekend. They were the talk of town. They had the most trending topics on Twitter this weekend, according to the stats. So shout out to them, man. And we got a lot to talk about. So make sure y'all stay tuned, take your notes, do your shout outs, whatever. But let's get to it, man. Shout out to the ladies.
For sure. And just adding a little bit more context to what Zoe just said, the top games this season were UConn versus South Carolina with 1.8 million viewers. LSU versus Texas, 1.7 million viewers, and South Carolina versus Texas, 1 million viewers. Multi-year growth up 3% year over year, up 41% from 22 and 23 year, 2.9 billion total minutes viewed. So that's most consumed, and 15 games with 500,000 plus viewers, most on record. The 2024-2025 women's college basketball regular season is ESPN's most watched in 16 years. Listen, if y'all don't understand what's going on, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you if y'all don't understand what's going on. The most watched
get with it or get lost. Get with it or get lost.
Get lost. Get lost. And the wildest part is, you know, we could argue that last year's talent is better than this year's talent, but this year is the most watched, right? Because people are catching on. After last year, that was a notice, and this year it's like, oh, I don't want to miss out. And it's arguably the teams are even more stacked, a lot more players to see. So, hey, y'all better catch this wave now, and we're gonna be right here, locked in weekly, giving y'all all the great news. And you know what? Without further ado, we already talking about women's college basketball this season being the most watched games. Well, let's get into the conference champs, y'all. Let's get into the conference champs. Look, it's 80 people watching. Hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share, put it in your Facebook group. Go take it to your Bible study. It really don't matter to me, but y'all got to spread the news. Follow both pages and let us know what y'all thinking. Listen, the champs are here. You know, a win is a win is a win is a win. Rather you think they should have or not, a win is a win. The Gamecocks continue to dominate, being the SEC champs against Texas. I mean, I had no doubts about that, to be completely honest with you. Keisha asked me who you think gonna win, this, that, and the third, and I was like, you know, I'm not betting against South Carolina, not against Texas. I'm sorry. Texas is one of those teams that hasn't really. It's so weird. They deserve, you know, what they're being called type of things because they haven't had many losses, but it's something about them that to me is easily dismantled. And so I think they haven't won me over in that way yet. So I kind of knew that Dawn and them was going to win. We'll get to the UCLA and USC after this one, but tell me what you thought about the SEC champs.
Hey, this is the toughest conference, in my opinion. This is the toughest conference in the NCAA, period. I mean, you got some of the top draft picks around the country. You got some of the best talent. You know how many McDonald's All-Americans played in just the championship game alone between Texas and South Carolina? Do y'all realize there were at least 15, maybe 16? I want to see if that's a record. Y'all know I'm gonna post it. Now that we talking about it, Key, I didn't think about that. I want to see if that's a record of All-Americans in a conference championship game. I'm going to check because I know Texas got at least 6 or 7, and I know South Carolina got at least 11. I know they got to have at least 11 or 12 of them. So I'm going to check. But look, South Carolina proved, Dawn Staley proved, to be the champ, you got to beat the champ. Texas, welcome to the toughest conference in NCAA women's basketball. Welcome. You got your invite to the cookout, and you got put on the grill. So welcome. You got put on the grill. It gets real over here. Shout out to Maddie Book. I'm a fan of Maddie Book, but their offense, they don't have enough shooting to me. And I'm a big fan of Rory as well. They just don't have enough shooting for me. Their backcourt shooting was not there. Their rim protection wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. Chloe Kitts got off. Shout out to Chloe Kitts with the double-double. And I think she won MVP, right, Key? She got MVP?
Did she get MVP or was it? I think she did. Or was it Malaysia?
I, I think it was Chloe Kitts, but if it was Malaysia, both of them were the standouts of this game. Malaysia was up and down, showing her speed. I love when Malaysia is in just transition. You can't stay in front of her. Her and Hannah Hidalgo's speed downhill is one of a kind. I mean, 3 dribbles in there at the rim. She's so shifty. You don't know what she's going to do with the ball. Like, shout out to Malaysia. I know she's been having an up and down season with South Carolina the past 2 years, but yesterday showed why she is one of them ones, and she is the future of South Carolina. If they can figure out how to keep her consistent throughout the season next year, she will be dangerous. And look out for her on those draft boards, because she's coming too. 2027, she's coming too. So look out for her. But hey, South Carolina showed who they are and why their dominance will continue. Shout out to Dawn Staley. She's one of those ones as well. UCLA shocked me. I'm going to say this. It's hard to beat a team 3 times. USC had 3 cracks at them. They beat them 2 times during the regular season. It's really hard to beat a team 3 times in a row. Look, wrong place, wrong time. That's all it really was. If UCLA would have won game 1 or game 2, USC would have won this game. Again, this game right here, USC supporting cast did not show up. Kiki foul trouble. Shout out to Lauren Betts for that. Juju shot wasn't falling as much. She couldn't get the 3 going like she wanted to. I think she only shot 3 for 8 from 3, if I'm not mistaken. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was 3 for 8. Not sure. Again, if Juju can't get to her spots and knock down her shots, her team has to step up. Coach White got to get them in the right position for their supporting cast to do their job. I feel like she never went away from the Juju sets. I understand you got a superstar and you want to, ride the high hand. They got you there. But sometimes as a coach, you got to adjust. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to go into the huddle and say, hey, Juju, I need you to become my facilitator, and I need you to get Kennedy going. I need you to get Kiki going. Like, it got to get to, again, if she doesn't adjust, that could end their season early going into March Madness. So she needs to figure out how to flip the switch on and off with the rest of her players according to her play calling. But shout out to UCLA, Gamecocks, TCU, everybody who won their conference. We're going to get into a couple others later, but this was an amazing weekend, Key. Shout out to the ladies, man. Shout out to the ladies.
For sure, for sure. I mean, as far as the Gamecocks in Texas, I wasn't surprised. I knew Don was going to go back and watch film and everything like that and come out with a game plan to beat them this time after Texas beat them last time. Interesting enough, I think the coach ended up coming out. I'm going to have to fact check this, y'all, so don't stand on it. But I think he came out saying he would have liked a more neutral site because he felt like it was, the 6-man is the crowd, right? But they beat them in Texas last time, and it was because of that 6-man. So, I mean, I could see kind of what he's saying, but not really, because y'all got DC. You know what I'm saying? Vibe, okay? Just vibe. So there's that. But South Carolina's the better team. Let's be honest. It's very much Madison or bust. I mean, it's just Texas has a lot to work on. Vic is a great coach, though, if you ask me. But I mean, he has to see where he can obviously grow in the next year. Because it can't be your bust for the next 2 years. It just can't, unless she takes her level of playing to a whole nother level. She's a great player already, and obviously a sophomore, so she has more room to grow. But I don't think it should be Maddie or bust for Texas. So I think that's their downfall. And Texas is easily dismantled if really come up with a game plan. And March Madness is when teams do that the best. So I don't know how far they get with their game plan, but yeah, shout out to South Carolina. You were right. Chloe Kitts was the MVP. She put in work. So shout out to her, because them bigs for South Carolina is not easy in the paint, but her and Fagan did they big one, and Joyce. So shout out to them. Obviously, Malaysia, Wiley, Raven, all of them. That's a great team. So yeah, they deserve the championship. And then NCAA versus USC. I will have to go back and watch that game, y'all. I might have different things to say after I watched it. I was invited out to like a birthday thing, so I didn't even get to watch it. I was out until like 10 or 11 last night. So I'll say this. You hit the nail on the head. It's hard to beat a team 3 times, right? It just is. It's hard to beat a team 3 times. I've heard that from many people, many coaches, things like that. Like it's the right. And so it just is like the timing of it. It just sucks that it's for the championship. I think I seen something again. I have to watch it. I seen somebody say like it wasn't even the first half. It was like the second half where USC kind of went cold, things like that. And so it's just bad timing. And then Lauren started to dominate in the paint at that point, right? I definitely want to watch it again because I think that UCLA's coach is Bazura. So I see how she adjusted to beat them and see if she is capable of adjusting, because I find her to be one of those coaches that struggles to adjust actually. So I'm definitely gonna catch it, y'all, rewatch it. Yeah, shout out to all the champs this weekend, and we'll touch on a couple more later. I'm with Prince and the fact that SEC is the hardest to get through. So, big ups to all the teams in the SEC, one of the hardest conferences there is. Shout out to Texas as well. But hey, there ain't no participation awards, so we move on, right?
Big facts. Big facts. Big facts.
Speaking of no participation awards, you know what I'm saying? Who's gonna come out on top ultimately? Let's talk about the game that happened between Rose versus Lunar Owls, y'all. Rose versus Lunar Owls. You know what? There was a super sticker from Victoria. Hey, thank you so much, Victoria, for the super sticker, $1.99.
Is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, I gave you everything I had.
Also got a cash app from Reese de Jesus, who is constantly supporting me seriously weekly. Yeah, like a couple days out the week, she sends a cash app or a super chat. Hey, shout out to the both of y'all for sending that through. We truly appreciate it. Continue to support the page because we're going to bring y'all more. Thank you so much, Victory Taylor. But
hey,
like
look,
we were saying,
we got 115 people in here. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let's say we can get to 150 people. We got over 100 people in here. Let's say we can get to 150. We got 116 now. Let's say we can get to 150. Make sure you go subscribe to both pages. I am Zoe Media with your host Prince, and WBB Universe with your host Key, my girl. Let's get her to 1,000 subscribers. I'm only, I think, 26 away or something like that from 3K subscribers. So appreciate all of y'all, man. Look, I thought it would take me at least a year to get to 3,000 subscribers, man. But shout out to all of y'all. Let's get Key to 1,000 subscribers. If you one of my 2,700 subscribers, go over the Key page right now. Take the time out and hit that subscribe button. Let's get her up there too, and appreciate all of y'all, all the love. But let's get to it, Key.
Facts. Listen, the Rose versus Lunar Owls game the other day was stressful to say the least to watch. It was somewhat of a hard watch as well, with all the wild things going on during that game and nothing at all sometimes going on. Very stagnant offense, the ball hogging, the lack of passing. It was just so much. The lack of defense, you know what I'm saying? It was such a struggle watch for me, and people already know how I get. I pushed through though. I pushed through because this ain't the finals. It's not the finals. So you know what I'm saying? It was just it was a refresher game for us to realize what we need to work on. I hope Nola is. What do you think about the Lunar Owls versus Angel Reese and Rose BC? And it says, has Lunar Owls figured out Angel Reese and Rose BC? Let me answer the question real quick. No, I actually don't think they have figured them out. I think we played such a terrible game. They didn't have to figure anything out at all, actually. I feel like they played very similar to last time, but we just couldn't get over the hump. And I feel like that was kind of the issue, but you have the floor, Prince.
Hey, look. Hey, if y'all don't be on our live streams when we stream Unrivaled, make sure y'all stick around because we are streaming the games tonight. Hey, Key be crashing out. Hey, Key be turning her hat. Key be like this. Key be going on mute. Hey, you be on. You'll think Key got money on the game the way she be acting. Hey, if you bet out there, you'll think Key would bet in the game with you. Key got the over under. Key be cutting up. But hey, it'd be so funny. But make sure y'all pull back up for that. We'll drop those links later on. They'll pop up in the thing. Hey, but let me say this. The Royals had him on the hook and they let him go. They had him on the hook and they let him go. Look, it was line, fish, and sink. And Nola did not adjust. Lunar Owl coach adjusted. Nola didn't. Look, they are destroying you in pick and roll. Fee and Shakira is just screening and flashing. You got to play drop coverage on that. Again, you let Courtney Williams get to her spot. Courtney Williams has been shooting 27% before the game against the Rose. Look, you let Courtney Williams come out that game shooting 45%, you gonna lose because Fee gonna do what she do. You let Shakira be the player of the game. She was dominating on screens. She was picking apart Sykes and Chelsea, whoever was on her. Nola, you gotta adjust on defense. Your pick and roll can't be. Your pick and roll can't be we attack the ball handler and not get back to the screener. It's not 5-on-5. You don't have nobody to come over from your weak side to help with the flash. You keep her in front of you. If Fee gonna shoot a jump shot, you live with that. If Shakira gonna shoot a jump shot, you live with that. You don't let them roll to the rim. You don't let Courtney Williams just come down court, 1-2 dribble, pull up off a screen. They did not know how to guard the pick and roll in the second half. And what Lunar Owl did was, this is what I don't understand, Key. I always say this all the time. I watch games. I even go to high school games. Sometimes I go home to Louisiana. Shout out to Louisiana. And go to high school games, and coaches will have a play, and they don't keep running it until that coach adjusts. You keep running the play. We get too cute. Everything don't gotta be pretty. If the play is ugly but it's working, you stick with it. The Owls play, it was an ugly pick and roll, but the Rose didn't know how to guard it, so they stuck with it and pulled away. Rose had them in the first half. The energy was there. Angel got in foul trouble, which took some of the momentum from the Rose. They didn't know when Angel got in foul trouble, they didn't know how to guard the pick and roll, and they didn't know how to bring energy on defense. Everybody was just watching people dribble. The offense was stagnant. We got to get a better offense. Like we got to get a better offensive set. Like the way they start their sets are weird. It's 3-on-3. Why is your shooter way in the far corner? Bring them up to the wing so when Chelsea drives or she runs pick and roll with Angel Reese, you're able to kick it quicker, Key. That's why Chelsea crazy. See, I was watching the game and I was 98 degrees hot at Chelsea grade for those one-on-ones. But guess what I did? If you got HBO Max, you're able to go back and watch the games. I went back and watched the games. Nola Henry, your shooter is too far in the corner. You drawing up 5-on-5 plays. You don't got nobody on the wing to swing it to the corner. You put your shooter on the wing. Chelsea Gray gotta go ISO if the pick and roll isn't there because the shooter is so far in the corner. The person that's coming over baseline to help, it's gonna be a steal. So Nola Henry, adjust your offense. Again, Rose has been winning games, but Key will tell y'all the whole time I've still been complaining about the offense. Like, even though they were winning games, I was like, this offense not gonna work. He's gonna catch up to him. This defensive set not gonna work. And Saturday showed that they gotta adjust to these things. Again, it's win or go home. Does Rose even have any more regular season games? Because the playoff this weekend, right?
Tonight.
Well, after tonight. I'm talking about after tonight.
Well, after tonight, I don't think so, no.
So this is their last tune-up game to fix that. You gotta fix that. Again, you can't just go out there and hope talent wins. You can't just go out there and hope Angel Reese and Chelsea Gray just win you the game. At some point, you got to put them in position to win. No matter how talented they are, coaches' jobs are to put them in position to win. And you let them do the work. You put them in position to win and you let them do the work because that's their responsibilities. Their talent, you utilize their talents correctly. And again, their offense has been hit or miss. It's been ISO, ISO, ISO. Let's get back to basic pick and rolls. Let's get back to basic ways that we can get the ball inside. We should have been dominating inside. Again, when Angel Reese got in foul trouble, we brought in Stevens, and we still didn't run no plays for her. And we had Courtney Williams guarding her, Key. I'm like, what are we doing? Why are we just coming down court just shooting shots? No, Lahiri, call a timeout. Like, what are we doing? But again, I think the roles match up very well with the Lunar Owls. It's up to Nola Henry to put them in position to utilize their talent in the matchups right, because they match up very well. Again, Angel Reese gonna bring that dog. Chelsea Gray gonna be Chelsea Gray. She gonna miss shots. She gonna make shots. Sykes, Lexi Hall was missing in action. I don't even know where she was this game. I know she didn't get a lot of PT, but I think she should have because we needed shooting out there. And Chelsea Gray's shot wasn't falling, so we needed to get another shooter out there. I think that was another miss by Nola Henry, not adjusting to that. And again, Sykes, you gotta calm down. You doing too much. You gotta look, Sykes. You sometimes you out there getting cardio. You got to calm down and play basketball. Sometimes you're just out there bumping people. You out there fussing with the referees. Get back on defense. The Lunar Owls have so many 2-on-1 fast breaks. How you getting all these 2-on-1 fast breaks and 3-on-3? Because Sykes fussing with the referee after every foul. You got to get back, Sykes. You giving up too many points. Look, especially in the fourth, Key, when you only got to, when the game is 11 plus, you only got to score 11 to win. You can't give up a layup. Because now they only need 9. You know what I'm saying, Key? And if you do that, they need 2 jump shots in the game over. So again, in close games like that, you got to get back on defense, especially the fourth quarter is not minutes. You got to get back. But again, I don't think they have their number necessarily. I think they have a better coach. If Nolan Henry can't adjust, if they play them in the playoffs, good luck. I think they have a better coach.
Yeah. Let me get to these super chats real quick.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, know I gave you everything I had.
To Sharice De Jesus, who sent another $5. Appreciate you as always. She said good stuff, good content. So thank you so much, Sharice De Jesus. But also shout out to Amy Sue, who sent a $9.99 super chat saying Angel kept getting fouled, but the fouls were not called. The narrative and videos going to us are about Shakira Austin falling after Angel nudged her. So I'll give my take as well. I mean, yeah, I definitely feel you on the better coach, because I don't think that they have their number per se. I just don't, because they don't even have their they don't even have their vigor, like in all seriousness. Like they don't have the grunge, they don't even have the type of heart that like Angel has. You know what I'm trying to say? So I feel like even with Fee's talent, she not messing with Angel in that way. But even Chelsea Gray's like she could come out and look like a finals MVP one day, and then the next day she just disappears, right? But that is all about adjustments from the coach, like Zoe was saying. She doesn't adjust to the game in front of her, and it drives me absolutely insane. And I feel you, Amy Sue. Angel was not getting foul calls, and then she got them 3 quick calls all of a sudden. I think in the span of two minutes, if that. It was like
I think it was about 45 seconds. It was like back to back to back.
Back to back to back.
I think 2 of them was offensive fouls, right? One was like a screen, and the other one was like a post up.
Yeah, it was something weird, man. Or like she almost stole the ball, but they called it like a reach-in foul or something like that. And they didn't call no. Angel was fouled so many times, y'all. But here's why I can't put it on the fouls. And I totally understand where y'all coming from, because not calling fouls or when you call fouls completely changed the game. Obviously, Angel had to sit, and that is when the game completely changed, right? But there were multiple possessions that we just did not capitalize on. Chelsea Gray refuses to pass the ball to Angel on pick and rolls. Why? I don't know, because that's why pick and rolls were made, quite literally. I don't understand it. And then she refuses to pass high to a 6'3" player. I mean, she want to throw it to the floor. Like, I don't get the pass. It's like, and what blows me is I finally seen them play well. So it's like, it's not like you don't know, but Chelsea Gray continues to regress in certain games and doing that same habit. Hey, y'all, if y'all don't see anything from it, is that, habit building is important, because the way Chelsea Gray is just, oh my God, her bad habits are dying hard, y'all. And it's hard to watch because you could see an easy basket coming, and she just refuses it to do that fadeaway. I mean, dribbling the air out the ball, like, I mean, it's just bad. And I hate the whole she's a vet. What's anybody gonna say to her? Say something, dog. Like, seriously, you're not bigger than the program, bro. You're just not. You're not bigger than the program. I don't care who you are. Like, come on, like, stop. You got to stop playing like that. And if you want to do a championship, and she got championship pedigree, if you want to win this championship, you can't play like that. It's just not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? So to me, and you could say I'm being too hard on her, but I think she's a big determining factor in if we win anything. It's Chelsea Gray. She's our point guard. She just is our point guard. We don't have another actual point guard on the team. I understand that in the league, Brittany is a point guard, and I think she's actually a pretty decent one. She's a combo guard per se, but in 3-on-3, she clearly can't do it. So
you're not being too hard, Key. She's the driving force. She got to play better. Because she's the primary, your primary ball handler has to play better. If you're playing with bigs like that, like non-shooters, your point guard has to be that's facts.
I mean, just has to be better. Everybody does too, though. Like, Sykes got to step up to the plate, stop, like you said, all that crying, cut to the basket, get a lot more movement off ball. I feel like too. That's another thing. It'd be a lot of wait around and see. And I don't really like that. Move like a crackhead, like Steph Curry. Move without the ball. Just keep moving. Lexi hold too. Keep moving. And then if Chelsea's off, just have Angel run the point for real. Like, just have her and have Chelsea work off ball, man. I think that's another thing that they should do as well. Like, I mean, utilize what you have in Angel. I don't understand. Like, it's frustrating to watch, but I mean, I'm not scared though, y'all. Like, I'm talking about the game that was in front of me, but I still think we could win the championship. I do think we could. Like, they not hard body like us. Like, that's just what I feel like. They just not hard body like us. That's my thing. Angel is hard body enough for like 5 players, seriously, on her own. Man. Then you got, I wish Sykes could channel that crybaby to the refs thing into her play. She did do it on one play that I liked. It was a foul, clearly, but I liked it. I was cool with it. Like, there's some fouls I'm cool with, y'all. I'm sorry. When it comes to basketball and getting in people's head, you get what I'm saying? And then you got Skylar trying to get in their head with the stuff she do. Sykes did a foul, and I was like, there. That's how you talk to him for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Not every player or something, but like, you know what? I ain't even gonna say nothing to the ref.
Sykes and Skylar, they got some animosity there. They do not like each other, and I love it. I'm here for it. Yeah, I love it. I'm here for it.
Facts. Look, we got a show to do. We got to keep going. All of that. I'm gonna take 1 second to read this comment.
Nah, you got it. You got it.
During the show, we can't, y'all. It's so many people in here. We can't read
only super chats. So only super chats.
Only super chats can we read and address, but I have to address this one thing. Tulip Play said motor only gets you so far. Owls are far more talented, and I beg to differ. I beg to differ about the far more talented.
Yeah.
I beg to, like, far more talented. Ooh, it's a struggle.
Where's the four? And we can stay right here for a little bit, Key. You know, this is our show. We good. Look, we can stay right here for a little bit because I know this is a big topic right now because the Rose play later today. So for me, I think Angel and Fee is a wash. Sykes and Courtney Williams is a wash. Chelsea Gray and Skylar Diggins. I would take Chelsea Gray over Skylar Diggins. Coming off the bench, Alicia Gray, Kalia Copper ain't playing right now, so I give Alicia Gray that edge as far as like best shooter on the floor. But we got Ariel Atkins, who isn't up to speed, who could actually combat that. She just isn't up to speed. So, if we would have had Ariel Atkins at the beginning of the season, I think we would be far better alone. Because, Key, where was she last game?
Shakira Austin is not more talented than Angel.
Yeah, Shakira.
Like, she's talented. Okay, Shakira Austin's talented, y'all. I actually like her style of play, but it'd be something that's just not put together when it comes to her. That I'd just be like, it's just She's inconsistent. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she's inconsistent.
Yeah,
I would say, Key, matchup wise, the Rose has the edge. But if you just rating the players, I think the Lunar Owls do have the edge. If you're just putting them in 2K and just rating their talents,
for sure.
But six, they got 7 players. All 7 don't play at the same time. This is not 5-on-5. It's 3. You only can put 3 people in at a time. I think 3-3 matchup. They match up pretty well together. I don't think either team has an edge when both teams are fully healthy.
Absolutely. Like, and then I think that's why if we're saying a far more talented team, when we was the one team to beat them, I struggle to agree with you. I'm sorry. And talent to me is not just mechanicals. I don't think of talent like that. You know what I'm saying?
It's intangibles that come with it too. Because
you
can be the quickest person on the floor, but if you can't put it together, then how talented are you? So
that's a fact. That's a fact. So that's my perspective on it. But I got to get to the people who are sending in super chats. Shout out to y'all.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, know I gave you everything I had.
Shout out to Amy Sue for the $2 super chat. She says Skylar tripped Angel at the beginning of the game. Hey, nobody wants to talk about the dirty plays that the Owls was doing. Fee tried to yank Angel back, but Angel
we're gonna get into it, Key. We got a topic coming. We're gonna get into it a little bit.
Hey, all right. But yeah, so and then Brandon said Chelsea hearing all that best point guard in the league comparison conversation, and it's getting to her. It feels like she's trying to prove something. Shout out to Brandon Sleep for the $4.99 super chat. That's interesting. That's interesting. Might be a topic on a future show.
Might be
around. Lovely for the $2 super chat. Takeover is fire. Zoe and Key. Hey, appreciate you, Lovely. Always coming through, always showing love and your loyalty. Shout out to you for the $2 super chat. Shout out to you for the $2 super chat.
Hey, we got 160 people in here. Hit that like button, and we got some great topics coming, so stick around.
Yes. Look, so listen. Listen, I'm actually Zoe for sequence reasons. And then right. So with that being said about this talent and Lunar Owls and hootie hoo when the Rose could shoot them out the sky, right? Let's talk about rivalries. Let's talk about rivalries. We talking teams? Listen, let's talk about rivalries out here, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Are Fee and Angel Reese the new rivalry? Is this must-see TV for the 2025 WNBA season? What are we talking about here with this rivalry? So let me go first.
Go for you. Got it. I'm gonna sit back. You got it.
So
she on the big screen.
Is this a future rivalry in the WNBA? Hey, I pray it goes over there. I pray it goes over there, y'all, because what I'm loving about this next year in the WNBA is that it seems like there's going to be more rivalries created. It might be between the LA Sparks and the Chicago Sky because Kelsey Plum says she got the best front court, right? But we're going to see about that. It might be between the Sparks and the Aces even more now that Kelsey Plum is over there with De'Erica Hamby. And now coming from Unrivaled, it might be Fee and Angel. And I kind of wanted to spill over y'all a little bit. Hey, listen, a rivalry is good. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. A rivalry is good, y'all. I would love to see it spill over there. I understand some people wanted to stay separate, but I wanted to spill over because I feel like, honestly, what Fee did at the end of the last game, it showed me that like something's brewing a little bit because Fee don't never talk. I've even seen Fee like get into it with people, like throw them off of her or something, but she don't never say nothing. But she went to Angel and said, "Give me that ish." So it's something in her spirit that's like, I didn't know she was gonna be this good, and it's frustrating me to the core. You know what I'm saying? It's frustrating me to the core. You feel me? And so it is something brewing there, y'all. I'm okay with it going over to the league. And I think I'm okay with it mostly because I know my player wins out. Yeah, I said it. I know my player is winning that matchup every time. Rather team wins or not, you know what I'm saying? Rather the team wins or not, the matchup is being won by my player. And that's because even Angel, to me, Angel won that matchup even in that last game, even though we lost. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm down for the rivalry going over there. You feel what I'm saying? I'm cool with that. I wanted to continue to brew. And just to end off what I have to say, shout out to Dennis PC Gaming for the $2 super chat. Dennis PC says Angel out here making vets break character. I touched on it. Dennis PC. Shout out to you for the $2 super chat though. But I'm gonna let my main man have the floor. I'm gonna let my main man have the floor after I said that. So go ahead.
Hey, look. Best rivalry in sports, and you can put me on the double screen, Key. You can put me on the double screen.
Okay, I got you.
Best rivalry going into 2025 has loaded. Best rivalry going into 2025 has loaded. Look. I said this all last year, all last season. The bigs, they're playing too much. You get yours, I get mines. Angel came in and said, nah, tonight ain't your night. And I don't think they know how to deal with it. It's hurting their egos. You can tell how they react. When you get out of character, that lets a player know, like anybody who plays sports know, when you challenge somebody's ego and you win that ego challenge and get them out of character, that lets you know they respect you. Because if Angel Reese wasn't respected among the bigs, if she was just some mediocre player who might be around for 3 years, just talking smack, they would let that go. They would smile at her and run down court because she ain't gonna be around long, and they know they about to go get that bucket on the other end. The way Fee reacted lets you know she respects Angel so much. Again, respect comes in all forms, not just what you say. Your actions, your body language, it all shows respect. Her body language when Angel Reese is on her, she doesn't post up. She doesn't want to go ISO. She wants to run screens, get Angel off her, and shoot jump shots. When Angel's not in the game, for some reason, she finds the paint again. It's like Dora the Explorer. She's looking for her map the whole time Angel Reese in the game. Like, I'm like, go challenge her, Fee. I want Fee to go challenge Angel Reese because I want that to be a rivalry. But Fee, if you listening to this, we got 160 people in here. Fee, if you listening to this, go back at Angel Reese. I need that. That's must-see TV. Stop being scared. That's must-see TV. That lets me know ain't nobody been on your top. That lets me know ain't nobody been telling you not tonight. Y'all been doing too much buddy ball. You get your 30 and 10 rebounds. I get my 30 and 10 rebounds. We both shake hands and go home. Nah. Angel says, I don't sleep good if you shooting your field goal percentage. Angel Reese said, I don't sleep good if you scoring on me back to back. Angel Reese said, I don't sleep good. Angel Reese said, I can't even eat after the game if you got more rebounds than me. And it shows all season. That's why they mad. That it shows all season. None of them want to play Angel Reese right now. Look, I'm going to call a spade a spade. None of them want to play Angel Reese right now. None of them. How are you running from a rookie? Look, Fee, you can tweet at me. Look, your husband can tweet at me. You ran from Angel Reese. I'm just calling a spade a spade.
And
look, I ain't going to criticize nobody personally, but I can critique your game. You ran away from Angel Reese during that game, and you've been doing it. You was doing it the whole season, and you did it the first 2 games. It's just that y'all won, and nobody talked about it. Nobody really called it out because y'all won. When you win, they don't highlight your flaws, but when you lose, your flaws start to show. And because you watch film and you say, okay, this is where they could have scored. Okay, Fee wasn't playing her game, and then you go look at it and see why she wasn't playing her game. It's because she don't want to wrestle with Angel Reese. Angel Reese is G-checking right now. I'm just calling it what it is. She's G-checking right now. And a lot of y'all running. She G-checking. Because look, Angel bumped Fee. It was a play. I was going to put it up here, Key. It was a play where Angel was guarding Fee on a pick and roll. They ran the little ugly pick and roll. And Angel, that's how you guard a pick and roll. From now on, that's how you guard a pick and roll. Look, I grew up playing basketball where the coach said, if they run in pick and roll, find the softest person in the pick and roll and blow it up. Angel Reese looked at Fee and said, oh, you the softest between you and Skylar. Angel Reese hit her right underneath her chin. Fee fell back. They turned the ball over, and Fee tripped and tried to push Angel Reese running back the other way. I got the clip. I didn't want to be messy. I did not want to be messy, but I got the clip. Fee was Angel Reese G-checked on that screen. They blew it up. The ball got turned over. Fee was falling and tried to push Angel Reese when it was running back the other way in transition. I got the clip. I ain't gonna lie. I got the clip.
Mm-hmm.
Fee, that's not you. You're not built like that. You didn't play in the SEC. You're not built like that. don't do it. Fee. Let Angel get you out of character, and you get this Maryland / Baton Rouge 2-piece.
I was about to say, you ain't winning it. You're not winning it. That UConn blood ain't winning that matchup.
2-piece. Don't you get out of character. Look. People keep forgetting. Angel Reese was a rookie. Once she gets comfortable, she gonna put her feet on your coffee table. She gonna go in your ice box and drink out the milk carton. Don't let her get comfortable. Ask the SEC what happened when she got comfortable. Don't let Angel Reese get comfortable because she gonna put her feet on your coffee table with her shoes on, and she gonna drink the milk out the ice box. No cup. Let her get comfortable if you want. And that's all I gotta say.
She gonna start hitting TikTok dances and all kind of stuff.
If y'all don't promote this matchup, that lets me know y'all don't have a good marketing team. Because these kind of matchups, outside of the Reese, Caitlin Clark, these are the kind of matchups y'all need. This can be a rivalry for years to come because Fee is still in her prime and she's not that far removed from Angel Reese.
Mm-hmm.
This can be a great rival, another great way for y'all to market the league when they play. I think they play 3 times next year. I need to see them market it. And Fee, don't you run. Because you run, the more you run, Fee, the more Angel Reese gonna get comfortable. She's gonna start putting her feet on the coffee table. She's gonna pull up to Minnesota and put her feet on that coffee table. Don't you run.
They gotta market it.
You're taking it away. I'm done.
Look, no, you're right. They gotta market it because on top of that, remember, like, you know, just get into the minutia of it. Minnesota also swapped out and didn't draft Angel. So they really can market it like in a way. I don't think Angel regrets that or cares, but like just make it a thing. Just make it a thing. You know what I'm saying? They passed up Angel Reese. You know what I'm saying? Also, those are 2 bigs. That's the actual matchups that need to be talked about, not a big and a point guard. So I definitely agree with you that they need to start marketing it. Let me get to a few of these super chats because hey, y'all some real ones today. Shout out to y'all.
Is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, know I gave you everything I had.
Shout out to Amy Sue with another one. Amy, you done hit us about 3 times today. Appreciate you so much. $5 super chat. She said Fee drove her shoulder into Angel's chest, causing Angel to be out of breath, but Angel got called for the foul. Yeah, they be playing dirty. When they can't get to Angel mentally or skillfully even, they start to play dirty. I done seen it. Shout out to Kai Young. $4.99 super chat says if Mist and Vinyl both lose, who's in? I think they got like a couple tiebreakers. Kai Young, it's on the Unrivaled page. They got a couple tiebreakers. The last one is coin toss, but it's by points per game and then another thing. I can't remember off the top of my head, Kai, but you could go to their page and check it out. Shout out to you for the $4.99 super chat though. Appreciate you so much. Let me see. Gamble 310 said Angel got these ladies uncomfortable in the paint. Look, uncomfortable, Gamble. You ain't lied. I done seen it. I done seen it. Shout out to Miguel. What up, Key and Zoe? Takeover team. $1.99 super chat. Shout out to you, Miguel. Always coming through and showing love. Hey, I love to see my loyal people always in here showing love and stuff like that. Y'all really make the page and pages better and continue to make this show grow when you send in these super chats. I appreciate y'all so much. Oh, my aunt Brass Tax with the $2 super chat said I saw that Joe Fee crashed out and almost got. And Angel hit the layup. On that one, y'all. Angel hit the layup. Somebody said if Miss win and Vinyl lose, then Mist is in. Okay. So you heard that, Kai? If Miss win and Vinyl lose, then Mist is in. Hey, look, Zoe said he don't want to be messy, so he didn't put up that clip. But I'm gonna be messier because here's why I think that the rivalry is definitely about to spill over. Whether the WNBA markets on it or not is another situation, but I think they're going to get into it a lot this season in those games because watch this, y'all. I'm about to present it real quick. Look what Angel said. Check this out, y'all. It says demanding more money. I gotta add it to the stage. My bad, y'all. So it says demanding more money after bullying the WNBA best player out of the league is crazy. They're talking about Angel speaking on the CBA during her podcast episode, and they're saying that Fee is the best WNBA player out of the league. So she said demanding more money after bullying the WNBA best player out of this league is crazy. To which Angel said, "When did I try to bully Asia?"
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
I don't know why they be disrespecting Asia Wilson. Like, that's crazy. That is crazy.
Fired, y'all. That's shots fire. So the rivalry will continue because I know somebody saying Asia's the better player gets under Fee's skin, man. I know she like, damn, I work so hard. And she's so talented too. Like, Fee is so talented. But yo, come on now. Like, it's crazy. It was crazy. Like, it's crazy. Somebody said that. I don't think that's about Clark, y'all. Because I mean, I don't think that's about Clark. That would be crazy if it's about her. After bullying the WNBA best player out of the league is crazy. I don't know. Look, her saying this
whoever it's about, Key, stop disrespecting Asia Wilson.
Whatever it is, she said that Asia's the best, you know what I mean? The best player out of the league, right? So for that reason, you feel me? Look, and I know Angel respects all the vets. She respects all the players. But when she get in them forward lines, she's a baller. It ain't about respect or not. What you think? Because I got respect for you, I'm gonna just let you do whatever. No, that's not what this is about. So I love what she did there. That was hilarious. And here's to hoping that we see a rivalry come out of this. That's just me. Just me, y'all. That's just me. But listen, talking about the league next year and everything going on, we're gonna get into top 5 draft picks. We're gonna get into top 5 draft picks for the WNBA next year. Listen, we're gonna give our monthly top 5 WNBA 2025 top picks. I'm gonna let you go first, though.
We're gonna do this monthly, so we're gonna do this today, and then we're gonna do it our first show of April, knowing that the draft is April 14th. So matter of fact, we'll wait until the Monday of the draft week, which I think is the 11th, the Monday of the draft week, and we'll give our final top who we think are the top 5 picks. But today we'll give our top 5 after the championship games have played out. We didn't want to give them during the season because it's kind of redundant because they switch so much. Now that injuries have played their part, rotations, minutes, play styles, team success has played this part, I feel like we can give a more realistic and favorable top 5 picks in our opinion. So I'll go first. My top 5 going into the 2025 draft with literally a little over a month out is Paige Becker's number 1, Cheyenne Sellers number 2. Surprising pick at number 2, Cheyenne Sellers. Olivia Miles at number 3. Another surprising pick into the top 4 for me, Malanga from overseas at number 4. And to round out my top 5, I gotta go with Kiki Efferin. So that's my top 5 with the month out from the draft. Paige, Cheyenne Sellers, Olivia Miles, Malanga, and our very own from USC Trojans, Kiki. Key, who's yours? Who's your top 5 with a month left? That's
I got you. Hey, shout out to Superfly J for the $5 super sticker. Shout out to you, Superfly J. Thank you so much for always being here, moderating, and also, you know what I'm saying, donating to the page. Shout out to you. So my top 5. This is, we haven't heard any news that anybody is staying, leaving, any of that. So I don't, you know, I'm picking based of everybody coming out who said, you know what I mean? So my top 5 is Paige, Olivia Miles, Anissa Morrow. This is not in order, by the way.
Okay.
It's just my top 5. So Anissa Morrow, I want to add this person. She not top 5, but man, I love me. Look, it's it's an honorable mention. Isaiah James is my honorable mention. She's my honorable mention. I love Isaiah. I love Isaiah's game, man. I love her game. She also cried when they lost. I love stuff like that. Cry because you care. But anyway, after those 3, I actually struggled. I have not watched enough film on Dominique, y'all. So that's why for me, she may be a top 5 candidate. I just haven't watched enough film on Dominique Malanga just yet to know. The last time I saw her play was when she played in France for those few minutes for the gold medal. So I don't have her in there just because I haven't seen it. So because of that, when I'm actually struggling to pick the other 2, yo. That's kind of crazy. Wow. Yeah, y'all. Go ahead and put Isaiah James. So that's 4 with Isaiah James.
Okay.
Sony, maybe Sony. Sony.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Okay. So I went with so let me explain why I went with my top 5. Paige, we already know Paige is locked in with Dallas. I felt like Cheyenne Sellers' ability to defend, play off ball, and be actual help to Skylar Diggins in the backcourt. I felt like they need that 2 guard. I don't feel they have a solidified 2 guard. And correct me if I'm wrong, Keith. Do they? I don't think they have a solidified, like locked in starting at 2 guard. I don't think they do. I think they're hoping that a couple players that were there last year can replace Drew Lloyd's efficiency and scoring. But I think Cheyenne Sellers could be a fill-in at that 2 guard position, and I think she helps them on both sides of the floor because Skylar Diggins is a little older. I think she can definitely help protect her on defense by guarding the other team's best offensive player. The Mystics have back-to-back picks, so that's why I went with Olivia Miles because the Mystics definitely need a point guard. And Malanga, they definitely need front court help. So I felt like Olivia Miles and Malanga back-to-back would, if they can get Olivia Miles and Malanga back-to-back, Key, watch out for the Mystics. Watch out for the Mystics. If they can pull that off, watch out for the Mystics. And
I've already talked about that number 3 pick and what that does for the Mystics, y'all, in the future.
And of course, you know, I feel like Golden State, they have a lot of guards on their roster right now. They wouldn't get Carla from overseas. She might be coming over. I felt like they needed front court help, more front court help than back court help. So Kiki is the best front court player in this draft. Like, I know Malanga can eventually become, but she won't be there at 5. So Kiki was the next up. The crazy thing is, Anissa was right on the outside looking in. Her and Isaiah James and Citron.
Is it just height? Because to me, Anissa's better than Kiki. So is it height?
I feel like Kiki is more athletic, and I think that's what Golden State needs versus the more talented player. I do think Anissa is the more talented player, but I went with athleticism over talent. Because I feel like they want to get out and.
I feel like Anissa more athletic than Kiki, unless Kiki not showing me.
You keep forgetting when Kiki was at Stanford, she was dunking.
Okay,
you keep forgetting that she was dunking. Yes. She can still dunk. She dunked in a couple runs at UCLA. I mean at USC. I'll see it on Instagram. She was dunking like a couple weeks ago. She dunked in one of their 5-on-5 runs. So, like, I think Kiki is the more athletic player. I think she just doesn't get to show it as much because they got her playing low post at USC because they need to keep the floor spread for Juju at the work and the shooters in the corners and Kennedy. So I think going to Golden State, her athleticism will show a little bit more because they got a lot of guards that like to get out and run, like the Kate Martins and all of them, where she can actually show her offensive abilities a little better. So that's why I wanted to go with Kiki, because I just think she's a better athlete than Anissa is. But I think Anissa has the potential to be a better actual player. So that's why I went with her over Anissa. But Citron, Anissa, and Ozzy Fudd, James, and I even had Georgia Moore. I watched her. She's growing on me a little bit. That was my other
she
five.
Got the best stats out of the point guard. She's got the best stats.
Her and Ozzy
She's
James.
just short. She's just short, but she has the best
in my
stats.
top 15. She'd have moved into my top 10. James, she moved into my top 10 over Rivers. Rivers fell to 12 on my list. Rivers at 12.
Yeah, for
sure. But yeah, that's my top 5, and that's my reasons why.
Yeah, that was great. I kind of was just picking my top 5 favorites. I didn't really go off of teams and the actual picks. So to be clear, so that's why I was like, it's not in any order. I just did my top 5 favorites as of right now. The consistent play, just all of that for me. Anissa Morrow, that motor, that heart, that dog. She is consistent as hell, man. You know what I'm saying? Paige, obviously, I mean, is a shoe-in, and her talent level, and I'm telling you, I believe Paige's talent level in the W is gonna even get better when she gets that challenge. You know, Isaiah James' ability to create her own shot, but her bag, she might have the deepest bag in this class, like bag. Not better shooter than an Ozzy or anything like that, but just a straight bag. Like, y'all gotta watch this. I mean, it's just beautiful basketball when she plays. She's not too selfish and she's not too unselfish. So there's that with her. Olivia Miles, I still think is the best point guard. Georgia Amore stats are the best technically, so based off of stats, you know what I'm saying? But I still think Olivia is the better point guard. I think she has a lot to work on per se, but I think, you know, the WNBA can definitely take her up a notch as well. And then can't remember the other person I said. But yeah, that's I was just picking my faves right now, not based off of the actual pick, y'all. So I mean, that's just kind of how I feel about it. But the draft is coming up soon, so we will see, y'all. We gonna see. It's definitely gonna get crazier as it gets closer in the different play that we see. But without further ado, let's get into some of the losses over this weekend, because as we talk about top 5 draft picks, we talk about stocks dropping as well. And it could be your stock dropping in your future draft, right? Right? Because we looking at the sophomores too. We looking at the folks coming out next year as well. So it's a couple of losses, some hard losses this weekend. Notre Dame falls early to Duke. I did watch that one for the most part. And then LSU loses to Texas. We could start with Notre Dame and then we'll go over to Texas. I'll say with Notre Dame, I wasn't surprised at this point. I was not surprised because they have not been playing Notre Dame basketball. I personally, like I said, I don't start rumors and stuff like that, but I think there's something going on that has nothing to do with basketball or that's deriving from basketball, but it's on an emotional level. They are not connected anymore. The ball isn't on a string anymore. Stop playing Maddie Westbell at the 5. She's a 4. Sit Hannah Hidalgo when she don't got it, or shift the offense to Sony. Niele, I mean, you couldn't tell me she wasn't gonna win Coach of the Year, but she is. That's why I'm saying there's something going on. I don't know what it is because she has not been showing up as a coach. I don't know what's going on. I'm disappointed because I love her and I love her game. I love her history and stuff like that, but man, she is just allowing it to just play out terribly, and I'm not really sure why. So to me, I think there's something a little deeper going on there for why they aren't playing well. That's just me. As hard as they've fallen, that's the only excuse to me. I'm like trying to, because to me it don't look like just X's and O's in basketball. It really doesn't. And I feel like as a player, as someone who has formerly played things like that, basketball is not just X's and O's. It's also heart. It's emotional. It's mental. And that's why I'm saying there's something mental or emotional going on there. So that's my thoughts on Notre Dame. I'll do LSU after you do your Notre Dame.
I'll be pretty quick because a lot of these statements I've already recited throughout the year. I don't trust Notre Dame's half-court offense when they're playing against talented teams. I don't trust their backcourt on defense against talented backcourts, and that's what Duke did. Duke came in and said, we're a talented team too, and we have a talented backcourt. He ain't too look. I mean, they're not having fun, Key.
You can tell.
They're not having fun.
That's why I said emotional.
And when you're not having fun, and I always felt like they're missing another piece in their front court. So when you're not having fun and you're missing another piece, you're liable to lose to any talented team. So I think that Caval's unexperience is hurting them because they need her to perform a little better, but she can't because she doesn't have the experience.
Right.
So teams just attack them inside all day long. They shoot over Hannah Hidalgo. They shoot over Olivia Miles. Citron is having to do too much on the defensive end. Like, I watched her on one possession guard 3 people. Like, we can't do that and then think she got the legs to shoot on the other end. Like, nobody can do that. Like, shooting has everything to do with your legs. And if she's guarding the best player day in and day out, some games she won't have her legs to shoot the basketball. If you watch Citron jump shots Saturday, she was 3 for 8 from 3 or 3 for 9 from 3. I think it was 3 for 8 or 3 from 9. Most of them were short. Like they weren't over the rim, they weren't in and out, they were short. They were hitting the side of the rim or the front of the rim. That when shots are hitting the front of the rim, that lets me know you don't have your legs.
Yeah.
And then she gotta shoot, they go back on the other end and guard 2 more people. So again, I think they need to run a zone on defense. I think she needs to figure out a great matchup zone. It doesn't have to be a 2-3. Maybe run a 3-2 matchup zone, depending on who they get in the Sweet 16. I think they'll be there at the Sweet 16. That's when they'll get their first challenge. I don't think Notre Dame will get their first challenge until the Sweet 16, which most top 2 teams do in each conference. They're not going to play a talented team until Sweet 16. So by the time they get to Sweet 16, she needs to figure out their defense and she needs to figure out their half-court offense because you can't just play transition the whole game. In March Madness, the game slows down. You got to figure out your half-court offense.
Got you. Defensively, I see them play zone a lot, actually, defensively. It's when they switch man.
That's why I said
they play better, man.
That's why I said not the 2-3.
Okay,
they need to figure out a matchup zone because they're playing zone, Key, but they're still getting Citron put on islands where she got to guard 2 to 3 people at a time. So whatever zone they're playing is not really a matchup zone because Olivia Miles and Hannah Hidalgo is just out there roaming and they don't have good instincts.
Yeah,
they're just out there roaming without good instincts. So that's why the teams can get into the rim because they don't got good front court instincts. So they need to figure that out.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, I gave you everything I had.
Shout out to Terry Taylor for the $5 super chat. She said, "Talk that talk, Zoe."
Man, appreciate that, Terry. Appreciate that, Terry.
Yeah. I mean, they look. It's anybody's. I think I'm not surprised with a lot of stuff, and I've been saying this for a while. Like, it's anybody's day to get got or not got. I don't have no overwhelming belief in any team. So that's just me. I love my teams. I love my players, but there's not one team where I'm like, yeah, that's a shoe-in. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with it. But those are the things, that Ivy just has to get better at if she wants to make it through March Madness or at least make it to the Final Four. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, you got to clean that stuff up because it's looking real bad, real scary for y'all. It's looking like y'all finna be out quickly. Because the teams only better, the play only gets better during March Madness. So it's like if you can't compete now, what's going on? So I mean, and then offensively, you touched on some things, but I'm telling you, letting Hidalgo shut out the game at 5'2" is crazy work. I'm being dramatic about her height, but I mean it's crazy. It's crazy work. She 5'6", but it's just letting the smallest player shoot you out the. I don't know, something about it is just pissing me off. I know she's a great player. I know she can make those shots. By the way, you're not mad when she does, right? You're not mad when she goes, 11 or 12 or 22, 10 or 22 or something like that. But it's like she's not. She's not. Olivia's not playing up to her level that she can play as well. But I said this. Olivia's always been a defensive issue, but they never sat her. As of late, Niele has been sitting her. So that's why I'm like, is something going on on top
Maybe she's trying to motivate her. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be something like that, like get better, do better. I have no idea. But
they're not having fun. I mean, I can see it. They're not.
You can tell they're not having fun. But see if they adjust, y'all. March Madness is coming up, so I'm hoping that they do just off of competition alone, right? For me, it's not just about, I want which LSU is my team, by the way. Notre Dame's my second team. It's not just about I want my teams to win. I want it to be competitive. That's really why I'm like, everybody need to adjust because this needs to be competitive. You don't need to be getting knocked out so early or blown out or anything like that. So we are going to see, y'all. And now we'll get a little bit into LSU versus Texas. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. LSU is another team that's struggling as well for so many reasons. But as far as this Texas game, I think they win if Anissa doesn't go down. That's just my opinion. To be honest, I think they win if Anissa doesn't go down. But they're down. They were down Anissa. They're down Flau'jae. I'll say this. This is something Keisha said. I was struggling to feel what she's saying, but she did feel like MK should have stepped up in this game. I can see what she's saying. I was kind of telling her, like, I don't know if it was maybe Kim or the way Bob was running the offense that didn't allow her to step up. So it was like, but I get kind of what she was saying. Like we've been championing for MK. I'm saying she you know what I mean? All of that stuff, right? And then the game comes where you're the only one in, you know what I'm saying? Even if you lose, you go down, busting them, you know what I mean? So it's just I struggle, you know what I mean? I struggle with that, but I do see where Keisha's coming from. That MK could have and should have stepped up better. But she was in foul trouble, and it was 2 offensive fouls that they called on her out of 4 fouls. So I don't know. She didn't want to be aggressive going to the rim because of that. And Texas does have good defense otherwise. So it could have been a multitude of things, but I do think Texas has beat them before, but in this specific game that I was watching, I do believe if Anissa was in, they could have beat them. That's just me. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Texas played the better game, start to finish. I felt like Texas went on multiple runs, even when Anissa was in. Texas had multiple 6-0, 8-0 runs. So I feel like even if Anissa was playing, the runs were happening when she was on the court too. So I think that Texas just was the better team. the best team don't always win, but I think from the start of the season to the end of the season, Texas has been the better team. As far as like just the coaching, putting players in position. They don't have a lot of shooters, so they play grinded out basketball kind of. It's like they play hard-nosed defense. They get it to Maddie. They play inside out. They don't play outside in because they don't got a lot of shooters like that. So I feel like they play better together. Like LSU looks like your turn, my turn. Texas looks like, okay, let's get it to whoever's open. Yeah, if that makes sense, Key. Like Texas is like, let's get it to who's open. LSU plays Anissa, you got a 5-minute set. Flaw J, you got a 2-minute set, even though she ain't played. Like Michaela, you got 6 minutes. Then we go back to Anissa for 2. Then Michaela, let's see if you can hit a couple threes for us. If you don't got it going, we go back to Flaw J again. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about doing a regular season, and it trickled over into SEC play. The offense still looks stagnant. They still get they're getting contested shots, and when 80% of your shots are contested, good luck winning.
Yeah,
like, they don't get open shots.
Yeah,
and Kim Mulkey, I got faith in her to adjust going into March Madness. She is one of the most decorated coaches in the current era, so I got faith in her adjusting. She needs to get away from that high wing offense that she runs. They don't have the players for that because Anissa isn't a great passer from the high post. And they don't have another big for her to play off of because when Angel was there, they was able to run that because you can't double Angel because Anissa is going to give you 35 and you can't double Anissa because Angel's going to give you 35. So I feel like they need to figure out a better offense and it might need to be more guard oriented.
Yeah, for sure.
They kind of like low post, high post play, but like, that's why I'm at with LSU. They offense, they got to figure that out going into March Madness, or they're going home early, just like Notre Dame. They really have the same problem, honestly.
They really
have the same problem.
I think so too. The talent is there. It's not like they're not a talent.
Ain't playing defense, and they front court is hit or miss. Like they really have the same problem.
Yeah,
and their ISO scorer, who is Flaw J for LSU, Hannah Hidalgo for Notre Dame, they're both the same player on offense. They're hit or miss. They'll go 9 for 22, then they'll go 11 for 20, then they'll go 8 for 14, then they'll go 3 for 16. Like they got the same problem.
And I'm hoping Kim adjusts. I'm with you. I believe in her that she'd be capable of adjusting, but she needs to do that fast. But I feel like she got something up her sleeve. Kim Mulkey's slick, so it's like, yikes! Like I know she got something up her sleeve, so I'm hoping she does adjust. Because again, I just want to see the competitive nature of this. Also, Flaw J said
I got to go into the Elite Eight.
Okay. Also, Flaw J said,
look, I got Notre Dame losing in the Sweet 16, but I got LSU going to the Elite Eight. I got them losing in the Elite Eight.
Got you. And Flaw J said nothing less than the Final Four is good enough for her. So let's see how she shows up when she comes back from this injury. They got knocked out. I think also, let's be clear, Kim makes it very clear she does not care about conference play. Kim does not care about conference play. She said it in multiple interviews, and she said it in the interview after the loss. She was like, I don't like that it's this long. We got to play this many games. I don't care about it, but y'all know we have to do it. You know what I mean?
It's money. It's revenue.
Yeah.
You get the most revenue during conference play. The tickets prices, you're able to go up on those. You're able to go the concession, like the TV ratings. Like, so it's money at the end of the day.
Facts. So with that being said, I think we keep it pushing. We see what Kim pulls out when she does care, which is about a championship. She love to win. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what Niele does as well. Oh, yeah. The last thing about LSU, Kaylin Gilbert, man. I mean, I honestly think she's a lot of their problem too. Like, I hate to say it, like she get the ball way too much, and then she don't like to pass the ball. I just had to throw that in there because she irritates me so bad when I watch the game. And she's better off ball, but I think she did a couple 6-man of the year, six person, whatever of the year plays early on. And I think they've been stuck in their head thinking she's going to get them that bucket. And that's not the case. Like she did that in a few games, y'all. Cut it out. Cut it out. You know what I'm saying?
I can see that.
It's like then they keep going to her to do something to make something happen, and she doesn't. So yeah,
I can see that. I can see that. I can see that.
Well,
I can see that.
With the Texas and LSU matchup, some other questions come up, right? With the Texas and LSU matchup, we think that hey, that was a matchup between Anissa and Madison. And really, Madison was named Player of the Year. Madison Booker was SEC Player of the Year. Was there a more deserving candidate in the conference? So, I've been hearing a lot of people say they cannot agree on the fact that Madison should have won. I've heard a lot of people put up their own names as well, Anissa Morrow being one of them. But people are saying there were other players that should have won Player of the Year over Madison Booker. I mean, what you think?
I mean, I would like to see this list. I mean, she during the regular season, it was 16, 6, and 3 on 45% shooting. I kind of agree. That I think it should have been co-conference because I mean LSU wasn't too far behind them, and I mean if you look at Anissa's numbers, I mean she put up 18, 13, 1.4 assists, 50% from the field basically, and they only lost 5 games. Now they did lose to Texas. And they did split with Tennessee. And I think Texas beat Tennessee twice. I think I would have loved for it to be a co-MVP was deserving. Texas did win the conference during the regular season, and they won the conference championship to back that up, even though the voting came in before that. But I mean, she backed it up, conference championship. I think it should have been co. It's happened multiple times in the past. So don't think it's something new. It ain't new. I think it should have been co. Anissa Morrow, don't pick who they get to play. That's one thing I don't like. We blame players for what the school sets the roster and the schedule up for. Anissa just plays who's in front of her. I don't feel like that should be a point against her because some people feel like Texas play more ranked teams in competition. I think that Anissa should have been SEC Women's Player of the Year, if not co, just because I felt like she was the standout in the conference over Maddie. I felt like Maddie was the new up and comer, but I felt like Anissa was I'm looking for the right word, Key. I feel like Nisa was the big dog on the block. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Literally, no pun intended. I feel like Anissa Morrow was the big dog on the block, and it was her year to win it. Like I don't know, and if I feel like I didn't even think when I did mine, I didn't even have Maddie Book in my top 3.
Yeah, like
honestly, she wasn't in my top 3. I think she was in my top 5. I think I had her at 5. It's just that their records. I mean, the records they aren't that far off for you to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, Texas was more deserving. I mean, 28 and 5, 31 and 2, 12 and 4 in conference versus 15 and 1 in conference. That's probably what led them to her because they only lost 1 game in conference. So I think that probably gave them the edge. Key, I think it's one of those, you ever watch a Super Bowl and nobody on the team played well, so they just gave it to the best player on that team. I think it was one of those things. Because I think she's just an up-and-comer. So that's why I stand with it.
Sorry, I hate stuff like that. It's player of the year, not team of the year, not none of that.
I think that's what happened, Keith.
Counting wins and losses is stupid to me. It's asinine. Player, best player. You line the players up and say who's the best player. I mean, I don't understand it. Again, you said Anissa had 18 and what?
Anissa was 18 and 13 and 12 or 13, if I'm not mistaken.
On 50% shooting?
Yeah, on 50% shooting.
Maddie was 16 and 5 or 16 and 6?
16 and 6.
Off 45% shooting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite simple to me. I don't understand the complication. Whether that team beat this team or not, it doesn't. It's player of the year. Like I don't.
Yeah. Again, I think that conference record, because there's a conference award. I think it would have been judged differently if it had been like National Player of the Year. I think it would have been judged a little differently. But being that it was it's a conference award. They usually pick the best player on the best team.
Got it.
I mean, if you look through history, even though I think Anissa should have won it, if you look through history, right? I'm looking through history right now. I got the list pulled up. Like the best player on, because even the year that Aaliyah Boston won, I felt like Angel should have won. I'm looking at the list. They went with the best.
We
team.
Know that. Yeah.
They went with the best team. They went with the best team and the best player. Like on that team. If you look at conference, I'm even looking at the ACC right now, same thing. Like I think that's how they go with it. That's how they go with it.
Well, look, it's been one. They mess up a lot. We already know how that is. Man, you don't get every award you deserve, unfortunately. What I love about Anissa is she gonna ball either way, right? She ain't gonna let that knock her confidence. To me, she's one of the steals of the draft in the WNBA coming up. Solid player. She's going to be amazing in her future. You know, hey, it is what it is. They be robbing people. As long as you don't let that get to your spirit, because one of the things you never forget, and tell y'all kids this, an award do not define you. Now, we all love to win them. We want them. I totally understand, but that don't define you. You know what I'm saying? So, to Anissa Morrow, who I think should have been the SEC player of the year. And shout out to Madison Booker, too, for playing amazing as she has been. And I think she'll get even better for sure. But definitely think Anissa should have won, y'all. Definitely think Anissa should have won.
She ain't letting that go. She not letting that go.
I and even when, and then I was cool. And then you just said, I think the year Aaliyah Ball. I'm like, oh, my God, that just reminded me of that. Like, Angel should have won that. Like, what the?
Yeah, 2023. Yeah.
So, did she win? Did Angel win it in 2024? I think she won it in 2024.
Yeah, I think she won SEC 2024. Yeah,
which is so wild because she was.
Yeah, because I think it was between her and Camilla. Like that was who it was between. Yeah,
that's jokes. Yeah, maybe if Anissa did another year, they'll give her a pity. Like, damn, we didn't give it to you last year.
Yeah, but she ain't going back. Yeah, she does.
Nah, but she's not going back. Yeah, she's not going back.
Yeah, because
it's all good. It's all good.
Wasn't she a fifth year? Wasn't she a fifth year?
No.
How many years she was at DePaul? Only 2 or 3?
I think 2.
2?
I think 2.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then last year was her first year with LSU, and then this is her second year.
Okay.
So it is what it is. But y'all, we got into some great things today. Some good topics.
Yeah, she was only 4 years. Yeah, she had 2 years at DePaul. Yeah, I'm looking at her.
2 years. Yeah. But look, we had some great topics today. Man, I love everything we talked about today. Honestly, these subjects we spoke about. Look, from the Rose versus the Vinyl, the Reese versus Fee. I mean, look, conference champs wins, conference losses, SEC player, and our top 5 draft picks. Man, I mean, it's so much going on in women's basketball as a whole. So much to talk about, and I love that we got to talk about it in depth today. Really took our time on it and everything. We hope you guys really enjoyed the show. Before we get out of here, if you enjoyed the show, drop a fire emoji in the chat. If you enjoyed the show, listen, at the height, we had 160 people. I know Unrivaled done started stuff like that. So it's less people.
I had it at 171.
Okay,
I
171.
Yeah, 171. I caught it at
Okay.
171.
At the height, we had 171. I'm gonna start doing heat checks in the middle of the show. I'm gonna start doing heat checks in the middle. But if you still hear from those 170 people, drop a fire emoji if you enjoyed this. We appreciate y'all coming through. Prince, one of them ones, and WBB Universe, who's gonna hit you with the key facts. Always gonna bring y'all that real, raw, the truth. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody who donated to the page. Y'all are gonna make this show bigger and better. It's gonna be some members only stuff going on, some members only stuff. It's gonna be some merch coming too, y'all. It's gonna be some merch coming too. Y'all, I know y'all want to excuse the takeover shirt. I know
y'all want to excuse the takeover.
You know y'all want to walk out into the streets. Y'all want to go hit up Walmart and y'all excuse the takeover hoodie. Y'all want to go to the club, walk into Starbucks and get your coffee and excuse the takeover hoodie. It's coming. Keep it locked. Y'all keep showing up, man. Listen, the moment we went live, it was 40 people automatic in here because y'all getting it. Y'all on board. Y'all understanding. Keep coming through. We got so many great things coming, y'all. Appreciate everybody donating. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Like both pages. Subscribe to both pages. Share both pages. All right. Thank y'all so much, man. I can't thank y'all enough. I really enjoyed this one. I really enjoyed y'all. Shout out to y'all, man. Keep coming through. Look, we gonna get up on out of here because keep it locked. We'll be right back doing the Rose versus the Vinyl. So y'all about to see our faces in a little bit. I'm gonna get off of here and reset, and then we'll be back with some more commentary. Hey, be safe, y'all. We out of here.
Love. Appreciate y'all. All love. Appreciate y'all.
Facts.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Takeover is out. What's going on here?
Excuse the takeover, taking charge. Women's game front and center, living large. Hit that subscribe, stay tuned to the ride. We bringing the heat, never gonna hide. Analyzing chat, every stat, interact, breaking barriers. No cap, that's a fact. Leave a comment below, watch the growth unfold. Together we gon' make this story be told.